Hello and welcome. My name is Professor Corder, and I am the instructor for this Physical Geography and the Environment 101 Lab, number 29876, that runs from September 3rd at 5 p.m. through December 9th at 11:59 p.m. 2023 in this fall 2023 14-week semester format at Santa Ana College. Canvas suggests using Chrome or Firefox rather than Safari. I will tell you a deep, dark secret. I'm actually using Safari to do this, so sometimes it screws up, and if it does, you'll see why. They also suggest that you clear your cache to ensure fluidity and in the functioning of your system. YouTube has lots of videos on how to do that if you don't know how to do that. I would load Canvas's phone number into my phone if I was you. It is loaded into my phone, and I use them all the time. The phone number is 844-612-7428. That would be 844-612-7428. They are available to you 24/7 for free. I have found them to be exceptionally helpful, kind, patient, and gentle. So if you need to use them, use them. Doesn't cost you any money at all to be able to do that. Before I tell you how to get onto this course and a few things about it, I'm going to tell you a quick story. I sometimes work out at the YMCA near my house. And occasionally I work out with a Vietnam veteran whose name is Gabe, G-A-B-E. His name is Gabriel, but he goes by Gabe. And when he found out that I teach geography at Santa Ana College, he said to me, I never realized how important geography was until I got to Vietnam. And you can imagine why that is. Because when you're fighting a war, you need to understand latitude and longitude. You need to understand topography and be able to read topographic maps. You need to be able to understand meteorology and climatology, all of these things. And they're all tied directly to geography. So what I'm telling you is this. Geography is really a cross-disciplinary subject. And if you study diligently for this class, I think years from now, you're probably going to find that there are still some things that you remember about it and that you can apply. All right, let's go and check this out. So what you do first is you type in sac.edu, like you see up here, sac.edu, and this page or a similar page is going to show up. When it does, you click on Canvas right here, and that will bring you to this Login to Canvas bronze banner. If you click on that, it will allow you to log in your information, and then boom, this will pop up. This is called your Canvas dashboard. This is actually my dashboard, not yours, so yours is going to look a little bit different. But what you do is you just scroll around until you find your class. There it is, Geography 101 Lab, number 29876. If you click on that, the home page, so-called, for this class will open up, and you can see right there it says Start Here. Probably a good place to start. If you click on that, I would read through all of this. Make sure you understand what it says. There you go. Notice it says right here, deadlines matter, and they do. So anytime something that's graded closes, that's it. I will not reopen it for you, okay? So keep that in mind. But things are open generally for a week in most cases, so you have plenty of opportunity to do them. Then right down here you can see that says, Welcome to Physical Geography and the Environment 101 Lab. Yes, this is similar to Start Here. It is, because what happens is the school builds in a bunch of redundancies because they want you to be able to see things. Let's click over here on the Syllabus tab on that left-hand side, and you'll see that the syllabus is going to open up for you in totality. Momentarily it will. All right, there it is. So you can see this is the syllabus. I would read through all of this because the first week you indeed do have a quiz on the syllabus, so you need to read through it and check it out. Notice no shows. I am required to drop you if you do not complete the 2 assignments, which is the syllabus quiz and the introductory lab quiz. If you don't complete those by the end of the first week, which is by September 9th at 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, I am required by the school to drop you. So make sure that you know that and you get those things done. Disclaimer, the instructor, which is me, reserves the right to modify this syllabus course overview if needed. Instructor contact information, course name, description, format, textbook. There is no textbook for this class. Course placement and transferability, so what the course does for you. DSPS statement. Well, if you're a DSPS student, please get that paperwork to me as quickly as possible so I can accommodate you appropriately. Student learning outcomes, course objectives, course topics, attendance, course grading. So this course is going to be broken into 2 parts, the first half and the second half. Okay, and the course grading includes this 14-point syllabus quiz that you're going to find in the first module. I'll show you in a moment. Lab quizzes worth varying points each week, except for the 2 weeks that we have the midterm and the final exam. Well, actually, there is during that week as well. And then grades will be assigned on percentage basis as follows. Notice this is basically a straight scale. No exams will be dropped. No lab quizzes will be dropped. Syllabus quizzes will not be dropped. There are no makeups, retakes, or redos on any grade assignment. A 0 will be assigned for all quizzes, exams not completed. And once a grade assignment is closed, I cannot reopen it for you. This is the schedule for our semester here. Notice that there is a bit of an overlap in this week of October 15th through the 21st, because that's also when we have the midterm exam. So that's going to take place, and it's going to include the first 7 modules on the midterm exam. And then notice the next 7 modules end up with the final exam, which once again overlaps with module 15. So there are 2 overlaps. But otherwise, it's just 1 module per week. Canvas course site information, technical support. That has to do with Canvas, obviously, in the college. Required technology, you're taking an online class. Obviously, you need to be able to have good technology. If you don't have that, borrow it from the school. You can use the school's internet, but you have to have good functioning internet in order to be able to do this class. If you don't, I can't help you with that. Academic honesty and student code of conduct, assignments in Canvas, important dates, miscellaneous, and then Title IX. Then if you scroll down a little bit further, you can see some information about the class, some information about me, and then how to email me. Please read this information before you email me so that things don't get weird and awkward. Okay, let's go back over here to home. And what we're going to do is this. We're going to click on modules on the left-hand side. And here's where you're going to begin. Course information. Start here. So some of this is redundant, but nevertheless, I would, if I was you, at least quickly look through the Welcome to Physical Geography Environment 101 Lab. And as I said, the syllabus is right here. It's also over there on the left-hand side. Instructor contact, communication plan, course policies, and so on. Make sure that you're familiarized with that before you begin. And then here's Module 1. So this is what we're going to do the first week, Module 1. I want you to notice this. All graded assignments in this class are indented 1 space. So you can see the syllabus quiz is indented 1 space. The introductory lab quiz is indented 1 space. And we go to Module 2. There's only 1 graded assignment, which is this lab 1, the geographic grid quiz, that is indented 1 space. And also notice that there are sometimes things that are indented 2 spaces. Those are kind of to help you out and further explain information. Okay, you can see the same thing down here. Anytime you see more about, you don't have to watch the more abouts, but they are designed to help you understand things without me telling you, with somebody else telling you. Then you can see once again lab 2, Earth-Sun relations, seasons, installation quiz, so it's indented 1 space. But let's go back over here to Module 1. And you can see that if you click on Module 1 Introduction, here's some information to read about what's going to happen in that module, and then there's a video to watch. You can go right over here to Next if you want to. I'll just go through them on the next. Here's the syllabus quiz, so make sure you read the syllabus and then read this instruction panel on what to do with the syllabus quiz before you take the syllabus quiz. Notice it's going to be open from September 3rd at 5 p.m. until September 9th at 11:59 p.m. And to reiterate, once that closes, I cannot reopen it for you. And you must complete this in order to be able to not be dropped at the end of the first week. This is the lab. So here's what happens. You click on these, the lab documents will open up. So this is the lab document. It is what you're going to study for the midterm exam. And then after Module 8, from Module 9 to 15, what you would be studying for the final exam. So what you do is you go through this lab, you read it, you complete it, and you fill in these answers, okay? And then once you do that and you've got that all completed, then you go ahead and you take the lab quiz, which is at the end. I just showed it to you a moment ago, and I'll show you again. So like for this introduction, exercise 1, convert 10 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit, convert 104 degrees Fahrenheit to Celsius, and so on. Explains to you how to do that right there, okay? So make sure you complete the lab document before you do the quiz, because that way you have a better chance to do well in the quiz. You do not need to turn that lab document in to me. Most of the questions on the quiz for each one of these lab documents are either directly coming from the lab document or they very closely mirror the lab document. Click down here on the bottom, Next. So this is the pH scale explanation, because there's something about the pH scale in that first lab. And if you watch that video, it explained the pH scale to you. Next again, introduction, exercise 2, water experiment. So you need to watch this in order to be able to complete the exercise 2 in this introduction lab. But if you don't watch that, you will not know what the answers are. You have to watch that video of me, that kind of goofy looking me right there, doing the lab exercise, the water experiment. then next again. And there we go. There's the introductory lab quiz. That also needs to be completed by, as you see right there, 11:59 p.m. on September 9th. Okay? So after you complete the lab itself, the document, then you take the lab quiz. All right? Any questions? Raise your hand. Okay, I don't see any questions. Let me click on modules over here again, and I will just roll through and show you if this opens up correctly. There we go. It's a miracle nobody's called me or I haven't got a text while I'm doing this, but so far so good. So that's module 1. Okay, and then the following week, the second week, we're going to do module 2, and it's basically exactly the same format, module 3, and we just roll along exactly like that until, as I said, modules 1 through 7 culminate in the midterm exam, and then modules 9 through 15 culminate in the final exam. All right? Good. Let me click back over here to the home page. Look at this beautiful picture of the Andes Mountains right there. Well, I tell you this. Would you like an extra 5 points, extra credit on your midterm exam? How would you like that? Tell me if you do. I hear somebody said yes. Okay, here's the way you're going to get those extra 5 points on your midterm exam. Ready for this? Email me or message me through Canvas with the name of the guy from the YMCA that I spoke about at the beginning of this video regarding geography. Okay? And what you do is this. You put the name of the class, Geography 101 Lab, number 29876, and his name in the subject box of your email or your Canvas message. And then your name in the body of the email. This has to reach me by 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, September 9th in order to apply it. But if you do that, I will give you 5 extra credit points on your midterm just for paying attention. And how about this? I'm going to tell you another deep, dark secret. You know that welcome email that I sent to you? There's also one of those 5 extra credit point opportunities in that as well. That's 10 extra credit points just for doing the right thing, which is reading the email and watching this video. And in fact, I'll tell you another deep, dark secret, which is this. There will be multiples of these throughout the semester. I'm not going to tell you where they are, but they just require you to be paying attention and doing your job diligently. If you do that, you will see them and you will be able to get extra credit. And it doesn't require any effort, just doing what you're supposed to do. All right, let's have a great semester.